Alanga la fila fuyeye, alanga la ferekayere, oshunga la fila fuyeye. Alanga la fila fuyoshun, alanga la fila fuyeye, alanga la ferekayere, oshunga la fila fuyeye. Alanga la fila fuyoshun, alanga la fila fuyeye, alanga.
So this is the prayer we're going to use for this healing, okay? And as far as God is concerned, I'm not a part of any particular religion to choose or to limit myself in that way. I'm for everyone. So I'm here to help you heal everyone, no matter what you call God, what your religion is, what book you go to. That is beyond what the work I do here. Everyone has a heart. Everyone has gone through pain. So when I say God and use God, by whatever name you call him, whatever relationship you have with him, whatever book you use to connect with him, that's on you, okay? But this is the prayer. O Most High, you are my sustainer. You are my parent. I am your child. I seek refuge in you from my own disagreeable deeds. I acknowledge your favors to me, and I acknowledge my disagreeable acts. Forgive me my disagreeableness, for there is no one and no place I'd rather be than with you. Please take my pain and restore my soul. Amen. Ashe, so be. Okay? So there's definitely some stories that I feel need to be told that can teach. That's my whole purpose, is to teach through telling my personal stories of things that I've been through in life. And I feel that's my purpose for even going through it in the first place. Okay, this particular one is going to be about manipulation. And manipulation, just about manipulation itself. It is an energy that is out there. It's an energy that has been heavy, just in the collective, just the energy of manipulation. And I consider myself, being on the spiritual level and all of that, I consider myself somewhat outside of that. I'm not gonna say outside of that. I would say I probably got the big head a little bit, to think I couldn't be manipulated. But I had to be shown, God had to remind me and show me, you got holes, boo. You got holes that need to be, filled. So that's, I feel, the purpose of my whole manipulation story, of why it even happened in the first place. But, like I said, with me being on a spiritual level and things like that, of course, the person had to come. It had to be a high level person. This wasn't just, this was a high level spirit. And prior to that, I had warning. I just didn't know how to respond. Prior to that, probably a couple weeks before this spirit appeared into my life, I was getting messages to, double up, just, I was just getting these things like, like I was needed to just pull out more weapons or something. That was just this feeling I was getting, but I didn't know how to respond to that. I didn't know what it really meant, and I didn't know what weapons I really needed to pull out. But I sensed the spirit coming into my energy field a couple weeks before that person appeared. But like I said, I just didn't know how to respond. I met this person through my DM, my Divine Masculine. It was a friend of his. And we had similar sort of kind of interests, so we immediately were able to start talking, sort of kind of connecting, whatever. Me and my DM were not even, like, we were not in a relationship. It was nothing. We were just sort of kind of cool. We were sort of kind of cool kicking it. It was very loose, open relationship kind of thing. So, this, like I said, was a friend, associate, I still to this day don't know what it was. I was told it was friend, and then, it's not a friend, I don't know what it was. But anyway, that's the manipulation. That part is manipulation. So, like I said, met him, what I'm saying, sort of kind of connected, whatever. Me not knowing there's some underground things going on, too. Like, there's some internal jealousy I feel of my DM. There's this competitive kind of thing with my DM that's going on underground. That these are underlying emotions I was completely unaware of. I'm just, kicking it with the fellas. You know what I'm saying? Which is, sort of kind of my normal personality. I'm just, it's not, that's my normal personality, sort of kind of kick it with the fellas. So, yeah. So then, one day I called my GM, and I don't know. It was just, I had this odd feeling. I don't know. I don't know what made me. I had never like stopped by his house or anything without him being there ever, 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 ever. But this particular day, I did. And I was hoping to see his other friend. He had another friend. His other friend, which I really liked. I felt he was team me. Um, I really liked him, and we had sort of kind of had a sort of kind of spiritual connection already. Me, my DM, and his other friend. So I was sort of kind of connected to him already, and I was looking to talk to him about some things. But that's how I was looking. I was hoping my DM was there, of course, but if not him, I was hoping to talk to his other friend. Um, just about what what I was feeling and that kind of thing. Um, but the other one was there, the one that we sort of kind of talked. You know what I'm saying? So came out. We said talk, da 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 da, and that's when the manipulation began. The manipulation began. You're too good for him. And he just started sort of kind of feeding my ego. You're this, you're that, you're this. Um, that's how it sort of kind of began. And, then he was like, you look like you really need a massage, and so he like came over and started massaging me, which threw me for a loop because, I would massage my DM, but he never like massaged me. So I'm like, did he say something to him? Like, how did he know like I desired and wanted to be massaged? You know what I'm saying? That threw me for a loop. So I never really knew. I'm like, a lot of times the devil knows that I-verse energy knows what to do, what to say. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if my DM said something or what, But anyway, so that sort of kind of broke. I don't know. It relaxed me, I think, around him. Like, I don't know. It just did. All right. So he knows I'm having a problem with my car. There's a situation with my car. He deals with cars, again, coming in the way that I need. And knowing that my DM is not really there for me like that, I can't really depend on him on that level. He sort of kind of stepped up and said, hey, I look to get your car, what I'm saying, get your car straight, whatever, whatever. So that's how we end up exchanging numbers, was for him to help me with my car. Okay. So yeah. So as he's helping me with my car, I call him, what I'm saying, we set it up, we're going to AutoZone. We're in AutoZone. This is where it all goes down. We're just in AutoZone's line, and he pulls out this like little Ziploc bag of stuff. It's powder, and he's like, "Hey, this is some abundance powder. You want to try it?" He was like, "You want some?" Me being who I am, herbal person. I'm taking powders and all this stuff all my life. In that moment, nothing. You know what I'm saying? I was like, "Oh, sure." I was like, "Oh, sure." You know what I'm saying? I took some. I didn't take that much. I guess some of the time he was like, took a little pinch. You know what I'm saying? Put it in my mouth. Da, 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 da. I was under this man's spell for 3 days. When I tell you I was under his spell, um, this spell, this is how the manipulation got to me. I had to be put under a spell. Okay, I had to be given something to be put under the spell. Okay, so from this time on, like, I'm not realizing this. I'm telling this because I was able to go back and see everything. But in the midst of this, I'm not seeing shit. Okay. He's, turning my mind even more against my DM, saying things about him, showing me videos of him doing things, what I'm saying? Or just being, talking to him while I'm standing there on, like Snapchat or whatever, and just let me see him being in all this, that basically he didn't give a fuck. You know, his constant thing was to try to prove to me my DM don't give a fuck about you. That was his whole motion. His whole push was to, you know, to show me this. Like, this thing, he don't give a fuck about you. He don't care nothing about you. You know, to just completely push me away from him and to pull me on his side. You know, I'm talking about plans was made in 3 days now. You know, we're hanging out damn near everywhere. I'm taking him here. I'm giving him money. You know, we're having sex. Um, what else? I mean, it's just crazy. It's crazy. I'm under this man's spell. You know, somebody who, now that I look after the fact, I mean, this is somebody I wouldn't even be attracted to on a regular day. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not, you know, that frustrated me even more. But that's gonna be on the outside, when I come on the outside of the spell. Under the spell, like I said, I'm giving him money. I'm having sex with him. We're going everywhere. We're hanging out. We're making plans to fucking move in. Damn near. You know, the whole plan was, when my DM came back, was for me to never see him, or for him, neither one of us, to ever see him again. You know, for me to just disappear off the scene and me and him be together in this whatever. That was his plan. This is what was being fed to me. Until this particular day, when it started to wear off. Okay. It started to wear off this particular day. Because he had been trying to get this rental car. That's his whole reason I gave him some money. He was supposed to be getting a rental car. He needed to go to Cali, blah, blah, blah. So he told me, I gave him, you know, the $300, you know, for that. He was supposed to pay me back, you know what I'm saying? He never did. But anyway, but I trusted him because he was my DM's associate. And then we were talking about things that were on the same level. Like, okay. But anyway, I just had to, you know, bring that in there, let y'all know the level of this nuttiness. Okay. So the day I start coming out of the spell, I start realize how I was being manipulated. So, you know, he asked me, he's like, do you want to go to this comedy show? I was like, sure, you know, I have a thing to do. I'm kicking it, you know. I mean, at this point, I'm still on this fucking spell anyway. He knew I was going to fucking say yeah. So, he's like, okay. So I'm thinking in my head, because my car is not even really 100. We still got like this other piece we got to put on. So my car's not 100. So I'm not thinking in my head like we're, you know, I'm thinking, okay, we're about to go get this rental car and we're going to go to, you know, to the comedy show. Okay. So, you know, we're riding along. Because I think, is he driving my car? It seems like he's driving. No, I think he's telling me to drive these places. So we end up at this place and his son gets in the car. Okay. So I'm still throw it off, you know, but, you know, now, okay, I'm still thinking we're going to get a rental car. Okay. So we're riding along. His son is in the car. We go stop his son off at somewhere. You know, we wait for his son. His son comes out. We take his son. I'm still thinking, you know, we're going to get the rental car soon. His son goes in his house to get his clothes, and then all of a sudden he tells me his son has got to be in Columbus, Georgia in so and so amount of time, and that he really needs to get there. Now he puts me under pressure, like I got to be the one to we got to drop my car down here, make sure he get there, you know. And now, like I said, now that when we were at the gas station putting the gas in the car, it's when it all like it started to click. I saw the whole manipulation of that whole thing. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this nigga, I mean, like, he's straight playing me. He's trying to straight, like, what? So I'm waking up at this point. Okay. All right. So we make the trip down to Columbus. His son is driving my car. The only thing that saved the situation is his son is a good kid. I really like this kid. I think he's talented. All that stuff. So that's the only thing sort of kind of saved the situation. Okay, we get down to Columbus. Son does the show. Blah 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 blah. I also begin to see it's wearing off more. I'm drinking now, and I had a couple drinks. You know what I'm saying? And then he sort of kind of get upset with me because I'm having a good time. But you asked me if I wanted to come out to a comedy show. I didn't know I was coming to bring you to be security for your son. So how can you get upset with me? So it started a whole little situation, okay? So now we get ready to come back to Atlanta. When we start the ride back to Atlanta, it just started completely breaking down. Like, my higher self took over. My higher self is like, what the fuck have you been doing? What have you been doing? You're not in control of yourself. Why are you doing things you would never do? Why? Why are you doing this? What are you doing? So by the time I got back to Atlanta, I already know I'm going to drop his ass off. This would be it. But I knew I still had to come into contact with him at least one more time because of my car and for him to pay me back my money. But if worst case scenario, I was going to let him keep that money because I'm not the kind of run behind that, run behind the money. This is a loss. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't going to be able to manipulate me like that because you owe me no money. I'm not going to run behind you because of that, because I know dudes like to play that game. Okay. So, like I said, dropped him off. And then my spirit was also telling me, go underground, go underground, go underground. So I knew, like, okay, cut off. I'm not seeing him. You know what I'm saying? I think I work from home next day. I ain't go nowhere. I started taking spiritual baths. I just went into prayer, like everything. And once that happened, I just started seeing everything. I started seeing, like, why. Like, I started seeing the jealousy he had for my DM. I started seeing, it was just him wanting to have something that my DM had. Like, I started beginning to see everything. You know what I'm saying? I felt like he was a little jealous of my GM's relationship with his son because he had been locked up. And my GM had really helped his son a lot. And I think he was bitter about that. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere deep down inside. And that was his, a way to try to get back at him. You know what I'm saying? But, all right. So then, like I said, I'm breaking. It's broke. Next day. Well, like I said, I pray, whatever. By the time I do get with him to work on my car, I'm saged out. My car is saged out. I'm saged out. So he asked me to come sit in his little car while the man worked on my car. So when I got sat in his car, I started getting, like, ill. Like, I knew he was trying to take me under again. That's what I felt. You know what I'm saying? He must have went and got some stronger shit. He saw this shit was wearing off. He probably went back to the lady. She didn't live too far. She stayed on Campbellton Road in Atlanta. We weren't too far from that, so I think he probably ran up there and got some more stuff. And because I started feeling really like, I wasn't feeling right. And then it still wasn't working, obviously, on me. So he called somebody to take him somewhere. Again, he wanted me to sit in his car. He said, I'll be right back, whatever. And he was gone for a long time. And just something was just telling me, like, nah, like, get out this car. You know what I'm saying? Go sit in your shit. And I did. While the side was still jacked up, I went and sat in my car and saged out. So when I gets back, now he's angry. He's upset because, well, what's wrong? You got sage. What, you think I'm evil? You think I'm this? I said, I don't think you're nothing. I said, I'm just chilling. I'm just protecting my energy. So then we started sitting down, and then I just started telling him, I was like, look, you know what I'm saying? So we've been talking about whatever, these plans, we done made, whatever. I said, I really like what me and my DM got going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, we free, we got this open thing going. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with it. I'm not putting no pressure on him. He lets me be free. I let him be free. That's where we are in this right now. And I'm cool with where we are right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking for anything deeper or at that time. From him. I wasn't. But, he got so upset. He was so freaking angry. Like, he was angry. So, like I said, it just turned ugly. Now we're arguing. Now it's bitter. You know what I'm saying? Now it's a whole different situation. So, man finished my car. I got my keys, blah, blah, blah. Now, he starts trying to bait me with this money. I'm going to pay you back, whatever. Meet me here to get the money. Okay, don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? They keep it. Because he kept trying to do that a couple times to me. And you can't do me like that. So I let that go. Let me try to round this story up, guys. But anyway, I had to end up, the biggest thing was I knew I had to tell my DM. You know what I'm saying? Because I did not want him to have this over him. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like that was part of it too. Like, to have something like, to throw in his face. Even though we didn't have no relationship, even though whatever. I'm just a person who lives in truth and honesty. Like, I just didn't want him to have this to throw in his face ever. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I told him. But it's sort of kind of, of course, after that, we had a struggle of communicating. It hasn't been the same since then, of course. But, I trusted in God and that telling the truth and being standing on the truth is the right thing. Because I knew, honestly, like, I really didn't do, you know what I'm saying? That was not my intention. Like, I was manipulated. You know what I'm saying? I was put under a spell. And, you know, try to get my DM to understand that. It wasn't, he wasn't grasping that either. He wasn't understanding that. You know, but I don't know. Maybe I feel like now maybe he may get it, because I feel like a lot of them have been put under spells. And he may get that, yeah, maybe she wasn't lying. Maybe she was put under a spell. You know, she just didn't go do this with my friend just to fucking hurt me, or to try to, you know, get at me, or, you know, we were trying to get at him or something. No, I wasn't. You know, I felt very, you know, innocent in that, you know what I'm saying? And not only that, let me say this and I'm gonna round it up. It fucked with me very hard. I mean, like, it felt like rape to me. Like, the sexual part of it, I felt completely manipulated, because like I said, on an ordinary, regular day, I would have never dealt with that man like that. Ever. You know what I'm saying? I know that in my being. Like, I would never dealt with him like that. And me being me. In my own mind, on my own soul, my own spirit. You know what I'm saying? So that hurt me a lot, that I could be manipulated to that point, and that somebody could get to me like that. You know what I'm saying? I had to forgive myself. I had to do a lot of self-healing to release that. You know, I can say that last I heard, he was locked up. You know, nothing in relation to me, but that's karma. That's karma. That's karma. You know what I'm saying? Um, and what else was I going to say besides that? You know, yeah, I had to do a lot of healing myself and forgiving myself, you know, for allowing myself to even get to that point. And then my ancestors, they completely gave me a thrashing. My grandmother gave me a thrashing on the spiritual plane. She was like, you know better than this. See, I was raised Geechee Gutless, so I know better than this. I know better than to take anything from anybody and put it in my fucking mouth. Like, I would be beat for that. There was only 3 houses I could eat at as a child, and let them find out I had ate somewhere else. I don't care how hungry I was. You know what I'm saying? I better not eat except at three freaking houses, because we didn't take food and we didn't take anything from just anybody because of that shit, because we understood that shit. My grandparents and my ancestors understood that. So we were not allowed to take food from stuff from people. And that's what she told me. I had let my guard down. They let me go through this so I could realize my guard was down, because I know better than this. So now, you know, I can't, baby. Whew. Yeah, no. It's hard for me to eat out of restaurants. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. I hope you can take something, learn something from that. I hope just share my story of, you know, that's what the highest level of manipulation I've ever experienced. To be completely 100% out of control of my mind, my body. I was not in control of myself at all. Like, somebody was completely had me like a puppet, for real. And that's not a good feeling. And that's not something good to wake up to and to know that. You know, so like I say, you have to forgive yourself when you've been manipulated, you know, to a certain extent, that you've allowed yourself to be manipulated, that you open yourself up for that in whatever way you open yourself up. Okay, so a lot of self-forgiving, self-healing does come with that after you've allowed yourself to be manipulated by someone, you know. And like I said, that was deep for me, because I felt I was spiritually protected. I felt that I was, you know what I'm saying, nobody could get to me like that, you know what I'm saying. But I got to. But my ancestors allowed it to show me my cracks that had to be repaired. That I was just a little too trusting of people now. I was just a little too trusting. I forgot my upbringing. And in dealing in this stuff, I damn sure better remember what I've been taught. Okay? Thank you so much for listening to my story, me ramble about my manipulation story. But yeah. You know, that's how you can know when your higher self starts saying, why are you doing this? You know, your higher self starts saying, why are you doing this? And you feel like you're doing something and you're not in control of yourself. Someone is manipulating you. And it could be, like I said, using this magic shit, dealing with this stuff today, and people are using this stuff for bad. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be aware of that. Okay?
Peace and love to the family. Until next time.